Hey guys, I'm Michelle and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm just winding down. I have work tomorrow. So I thought I would just simply film my routine of how I get ready for my week with my skincare and my hair. I usually wash my hair before my week begins, but I just washed my hair a few days ago, so I'm not gonna wash it again. I'm just gonna put my hair up in a puff. I'm gonna apply some of this on my scalp since my hair is going to be up this week. I don't usually wear my wash and goes like this, but I decided to not go so heavy on the gel. I only applied the gel to my ends. I did a different method that was inspired by a video that I saw. I really want to talk about why I did that. I do have siblings. I grew up with 2 of them, but I'm the oldest of 5 siblings. So my sister just became a teenager and she just started the school year. She's going to high school next year. She FaceTimed me a few weeks back about her hair. She needed help styling her hair into a wash and go. So I walked her through it and I thought everything was good to go. And then she called me a few hours later and she looked really upset. She didn't look happy at all. And she was really upset about her hair. She didn't like the way that her hair looked. I thought it looked gorgeous, but she didn't like the way her hair looked, so I went over to my mom's house to help her out. And I realized some things, and I was talking to her, and it kind of made me sad because I realized that my sister is not comfortable with her natural hair texture. Her hair is pretty much identical to mine. She just has a more defined pattern. It's gorgeous, it's very defined. She gets a lot of shrinkage and she has very high density. I think she might have more hair strands on her head than I do, but I think her hair is beautiful. None of that really matters if you don't feel that way. So we just had a conversation and we were just talking to her and it kind of hit me. I was like, how can I be talking to my sister about being comfortable with her hair if I don't even wear my hair out in its full natural state? I have to be honest with myself. Style on soaking wet hair. I use thick product or thick gels and custards so that my hair can achieve those results. But why exactly am I doing that? I don't have a problem with my hair consciously, but it made me think, like, how can I tell my sister that she should be proud of her hair texture and wear her hair, how it grows out of her hair, and just, like, I don't know, be comfortable with that if I'm not showing that myself. This week I styled my hair like this and I really like it. It was different. I've done this before, but I don't do it often at all because it gets tangled, but I will do it more often. Representation is super important and you really realize that when you have younger people who look up to you. And I can tell you that my sister, she really does look up to me. I'm 12 years older than her, but we are extremely close. And that's my little baby. And it made me kind of feel sad to know that she feels that way about her hair. And I hope that that does change and that she, you know, loves her hair in any state that it's in. So yeah, that's how that pretty much went. I don't think I have anything else to say on that situation. So my puff looks fine now, but I already know it's going to fall as the weeks go by because my puffs just don't puff like they used to now that my hair is longer. So I'm going to try to make it stack up just a little bit higher with a ponytail holder. I'm just gonna put it at the base here. That way it has a little more height to it or volume. I don't know, just a better shape. I'm not gonna worry about my edges now. I'm gonna do them in the morning before work. And speaking of work, I get a lot of questions about my job. If y'all don't follow me on Instagram, I'll leave my handle right here because you should definitely follow me. But a lot of people on Instagram know that I am a teacher, and they always ask me about teaching. What's teaching like? Do you enjoy it? Do you have any tips? And I never answer those questions. I'm putting this over my edges because I'm about to do my skincare and I don't want the products to get on my hair. But yeah, whenever people ask me questions about teaching, I'm always really vague about it, or I don't answer the questions at all because I want to keep YouTube and social media separate from my job. And I think I do a pretty good job at doing that, even though my students have found out about my YouTube channel and my Instagram. They found out my first year teaching and I didn't mention it. Like, I do not discuss these things with people at all. If you knew me in person, you wouldn't know. Not only did I want to keep those two aspects of my life separate, I don't know, it's a lot that goes into it and I didn't feel comfortable talking about it. I guess I'm gonna talk about it a little bit now, but first let me just start washing my face. I'm gonna use the Urban Skin RX Cleansing Bar. It's almost gone. Like, this stuff is almost out. But I'm gonna use this. Ironically enough, I started teaching around the same time that I started up on social media and a little bit before I started my YouTube channel. This is my 3rd year teaching. I teach Spanish, and I'll be honest with you, my first year was terrible. I hear from everybody, the first year of teaching really sucks. Me especially. I love my kids, but I teach at a Title I school and I teach a very special group of kids. Let's just say, regardless of how they treat me, I always give them love. My feelings would kind of get hurt my first year, but I learned to not take things personally because I deal with a population of children who go through some things. They go through some things that we don't have to deal with. I'm gonna talk about this because there are some of you who have reached out to me who want to become teachers, who ask me what teaching is like, and I never really answer the question. The day I am no longer a teacher is when I will really speak how I want to. Letting this sit for a while, but there are aspects that I do enjoy about teaching. Like, I enjoy being a Spanish teacher. I really like exposing my students to different cultures and another language. I love Spanish. My kids don't love Spanish as much as me, but I think they know that I love Spanish. If you are mid-20s or older, then let me just tell you that the kids that are in school today are not the kids that you were in school. They're different. I just rinsed my face. Now I'm just waiting for my steamer to heat up because I'm gonna steam my skin for probably like 5 to 10 minutes. For me, it was really hard at first to make connections with my students. Teachers don't stay in their jobs for long. Like, the turnover rate is so high for many reasons. So it's kind of hard to like connect with students who are just expecting you to quit anyways. Kids are different now. If you teach, you know these kids are different today. I love that they are outspoken and that they're not afraid to speak out on things. And I think that's the generation after me in general. I teach middle school kids, so that'll give you an idea of the age range that I deal with. And also, I teach middle school kids, and middle school children are probably the hardest age group to teach. They really are. But again, I love that they're outspoken. My kids make me laugh. They're so funny. They're very ambitious. And there are a lot of things that I do admire about them. At the same time, one thing that I didn't expect when coming into teaching is that overall, there's a lack of respect for teachers. There is, and it comes from adults and children as well. But I don't blame the children because they learn it from the adults. And there's especially a lack of respect from teachers who don't teach subjects like math or ELA. Because I teach Spanish, it's like the fun class, you know, it's supposed to be the fun class. It's also not taking it seriously. Sometimes I don't know, again, I'm not gonna say everything that I really want to say, but I promise you, when I can, that day will come. But yeah, this steam is gonna mess up my puff, so I'm gonna put my bonnet on real quick. I'll take it off after I'm done steaming. Now I'm going to use my first mask. It's the pumpkin enzyme mask. I get DMs with questions like, which is funny because I did like a question poll on my Instagram stories asking people like, just ask me random questions. These are questions that I get in my DMs from different people. What's it like being a teacher? How's my school year going? In particular, what is this school year like in comparison to past years? You know, even though everybody's acting like everything is back to normal, we're still in a pandemic. What's it like being a teacher? For me, I feel like my answer is hard to give because I never thought that I would become a teacher. I'm gonna be honest with you, I never wanted to become a teacher, like, ever. It's not bad, but it's not perfect either. I can't lie to y'all and say that it's the most amazing job for me. It has its good days and its bad days like everywhere else, but the pandemic kind of messed me up too because not only is there so much that goes into teaching, I kind of also learned how society in general really thinks about teachers. And at that point, it made me not want to be a teacher anymore. To be honest, school systems hold the United States together like it does because parents can't work without school because school gives kids, it gives them education, it allows them to learn, but most importantly, it allows them to have somewhere to be during the day while their parents are going to work and making sure that they have a roof over their head. When the country shut down, I really empathized for parents, and even as things started opening back up with the way that schools have been so unpredictable with opening and closing because, you know, for some parents they can't afford childcare and school's the only way that they can go to work. So yeah, like, right now, what it's like being a teacher is just a lot that I think about, like, all the time now. And this school year was different because I went from having like 10 students per class to having a full class again since schools are back in session and not many parents are keeping their students home virtually this year. At least in my state, most kids are back in school. And unfortunately, you know, I did get sick my first week back in school. And that's why I have been absent on here and on social media. And it really sucked because I'm torn because kids do need to be back in school. But at times I feel like people don't care. I feel like people don't care about teachers. And I have recognized that I've really put myself at risk to do this job. Don't base my experiences and what I'm saying as what teaching is in general and what all teachers go through, because again, there are amazing teachers and I don't want to put a damp ideal over what teaching is. I think I'm gonna move on from the teaching topic because y'all, it's touchy for me. I have mixed emotions. It's making me feel sad and I'm not trying to feel sad and I'm not trying to make that the mood of this video. So I'm gonna move on to another topic. I'm talking about some TV shows. One thing that I want to do on my channel that I haven't seen other channels do, at least not in hair. I would love to do cool hairstyles and just style my hair, be washing my hair or something, doing something with my hair while talking about TV shows, like analyzing TV shows. I analyze everything. And I know my boyfriend probably be rolling his eyes sometimes when we watch TV because I can't just watch an episode without going like super deep into it. I think my YouTube channel would be a cool place to kind of explore that. Like, I like to make all different types of videos, but I still want it to center around hair for the most part because that is why I made my channel. But like just styling my hair the same, washing those and twist outs and not really saying anything, just doing the voiceover, talking about the products, it gets boring. So I would love to just, you know, talk about something cool. So like right now I've been watching American Horror Story, and I would love to do something with that, like analyzing that season, because this season is really good. I'm not gonna say anything now, but season 10 is good. Like, it's one of the better seasons that they've had in the past few years, and I have been an American Horror Story fan since day one. Like, I love that show. And there's other shows that I really enjoy, like This Is Us, and the list goes on. And as the new seasons approach, I would love to just do my hair or something and analyze those episodes. So I just rinsed off the pumpkin enzyme mask, and the last mask that I'll be using tonight is the Honey Potion mask by Pharmacy. This clearish yellow color, but when you rub it in, it turns white. And it feels warm on your skin. And it's really moisturizing. My skin is a combination. It's very oily in my T-zone area, and then it's dry around my cheeks. I get oil around my nose area. This part of my forehead, it gets shiny. It be shining. And there's nothing I can do about it. I do try to use hydrating products to get my skin to produce less oil. This is something that I'm starting to think about constantly, and I think about this so often. I think about this almost every day. I am in my mid-20s, moving along, you know, I'm growing, and time is continuing to go, and I'm still like super young. I think about people that in my family, and I think about people that I know, and there's so many people who don't enjoy their lives, so many people who did not enjoy their 20s, just doing stuff because they felt like they had to. And I've been thinking about everything in my life and everything that I'm doing, and I just keep thinking, I'm like, do I really want to be unhappy? Is it worth being unhappy? Do I want to spend so many years of my life unhappy with something, or unhappy with what I'm doing? It's like growing in me, and it's growing, and I don't know what I'm gonna do about it, but I've really been thinking about things that I'm doing in my life and making changes, because I want to enjoy everything for the most part. Like, I want to enjoy everything I'm doing. I feel like I'm still at that point in my life where I can make those changes and decide, hey, this isn't for me, or I want to do something different, or I want to go down this path, because I have so many advantages. I have freedom. I don't have any children. I don't have a lot of responsibilities. Like, I don't have much that's hindering me in making those sorts of decisions. Because when I look at my mom, and I look at the women in my life who had to do things that they didn't enjoy, like, they had so many responsibilities. They had children to think about. They had so many things to think about that they couldn't just up and change something because they didn't enjoy it. And I really want to take advantage of that privilege that I have. And I hope that you guys are taking advantage of that too. Got that mask all rinsed off. I'm gonna do a little toning. This is almost gone. I'm gonna have to get some more soon, but I've been using this Pore Cleansing Toner by Innisfree. It's really been helping with my redness from when I get my breakouts. Like, some days are worse than others, but it helps to tone down this redness, minimize these blemishes, and prevent the scarring that I have gotten. Because when I scar, it's usually like that. But because I use this toner and I've been keeping up with my skincare, I don't have as many scars as I usually would. I think I'm gonna use some eye mask. Just let it sit. While these are sitting under my eyes, I'm going to moisturize with the Innisfree Dewy Glow Jelly Cream. I love this stuff because it is clear. And these sort of moisturizers, even though they're extremely hard for me to find, I used to use one by Pacifica Beauty until, for whatever reason, they discontinued it. So this is the only like clear moisturizer that I know of. I like to use them because they're lightweight. When I use heavy moisturizers, it clogs my pores. So I like to keep it super lightweight. I'm just applying it while my skin is still damp so that the moisturizer will absorb a lot easier. Look at that. See, I ain't gonna fake these. Unless you're sitting still, these eye masks don't stay up. Okay. Okay, I just removed the eye mask and I'm just rubbing in that serum and making sure that my moisturizer's all nice on my skin. And yeah, about to get ready for bed. And that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys would like to see more videos where I'm just talking, please let me know down in the comments below. Like, I really don't know what you guys want to see from me unless you let me know. Like, so please leave a comment. Also, if you would like for me to do more videos like this, just drop some topics down below and that really help me out a lot. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and remember that your support helps me out so much more than you know, especially as a smaller and newer channel. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I'll leave it right up here on the screen for you and I will see you on the next video.